Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this. Well, this is going to be mostly for, this is for twin souls, for twin flames, for the beloveds, who are like at this very moment and just very, very recently, they've been going through very deep initiation and integration in order to evolve into the divine union frequency, the cosmic status of that, okay? And I posted earlier to like on the community page, like it's connected to this message, that the twin flames, the twin souls that I'm tuning into is not going to be for the majority. This is going to be for a smaller group, a smaller collective of twin souls who are at this very destined point of coming together. Now, I also want to say that this is going to be for those of you guys that are, you've done an extreme amount of inner work. You've gone through an extreme amount of initiations. You have not just had one dark night, you've had 10 dark nights, okay? Or 5 dark nights. You know what I mean? Like, you're not new on this like awakening journey. Like, even if you started your awakening back in like 21, 22, 2020, when most people who are very awoken right now or who are awakening more, a lot of souls were cracked open in 2020 when the pandemic hit, right? So, but a lot of you guys, you know, you were, my point is that for most of you guys, you know, you were awakening, like you started your awakening in 2017, 2018, 2016, or even further back, okay? Could this be for some of you guys who, you know, you started your awakening in 2020 or 2021? Yeah, of course. I'm not the one, I'm not like, you know, the one with all of the answers, you know, but this is collective. So I'm going to say it always how it's coming through, okay? To help you guys better gauge, oh, this is for me, or, oh, this isn't for me. And you really have to be honest with yourself. Those of you guys who this is for, you're not going to have a problem doing that. But for some, you might kind of be still in the ego around union where you're still going outside of yourself, you know, and maybe it's like you're you know, you're tuning in and things resonate as far as readings go, but maybe you're like you're wanting it so badly that you're like making it fit when really it doesn't fit. So I'm just saying it how it is, you know what I mean? Like, so anyways, you guys, so let's get into the message. So the very specific message is that for who this is for the twin souls that this is for, you and your beloved are in full Hyros Gamos, full soul marriage union. You're in full soul marriage union. You guys have been in full soul marriage union for a while, okay? Probably very strong for the last few months, maybe the past, I'm gonna say like 3-4 months, maybe since like maybe like around like February, March, you know, like the past like few months, it's been very challenging where you're like, I thought I was done with this, you know, I thought I healed this or whatever, but you've had to go back. And the universe is like basically chin checked you. It's chin checked you over and over. It's done that to all of us who this is for, right? But because you are still in your ego about yourself, your journey, love, partnerships, union, you know, or you're still wounded in the way where, you know, you were still like wanting someone to come in to fix you or to save you, you know what I mean? And that's very common with divine feminines. They, you know, we'll just say like women in general, like women have, it's like ingrained program within women's psyches, okay? Like the program runs deep of come help me, come save me, come love me. And that's just not what we're here to do, right? Like this is the journey of coming back to self and self-awareness and self-love and like all these things, right? So who this is for, you have ascended in these ways, okay? You're not in your ego, like distorted ego about this stuff. You're not like watching a million readings trying to like get confirmation all the time, you know, looking for validation outside of yourself, because everything is inside of you. You are in tune with what's going on within, right? And from the higher self. You don't need to watch readings, basically. Like, I'm very thankful that like you at least watch my readings, because I know a lot of you guys, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe, and people lie, energy never does, okay? So in 4 years, I have attracted, you know, so far, like 51,000 souls who resonate, but out of those 51,000 souls, it's not gonna, this type of stuff is not gonna be for everyone. I attract ancient souls, so a lot of you guys are just, you've met a very powerful past life soulmate, and then for some of you guys it is a twin soul. But even if it's a twin flame, that doesn't mean this reading is for you. That's what I mean about, you really have to check in with yourself and really be honest with yourself, you know, and go, okay, this feels like me, this feels like my timeline, or no, this does not. So who this is for, this past week, we'll say the last 7 days, this past week, and just like every single night, you guys are, it's very vivid experience and astral experiences. So what I'm receiving is that you guys are, you're in full Hyros soul marriage. Like your souls have completely, like, they are entwined with each other. They're not letting go of each other. They are like this, they're locked in together. Okay, as above, so below. So now this energy needs, it's, what's happened is it's come down into the 3D, okay? Because of the work, the integration and the initiation that you have moved through, or that you've leveled up from, or that you know what I mean? So very extreme. And when I say every single night, I mean every single night. I don't mean, oh yeah, Erica, they popped into my dreams like once a week ago, and you know, and like before that, like a few weeks. Like, I literally mean every single night over the last week, or the past 4 nights, or the past few nights. So maybe it just started happening, and maybe this is, you know, you'll know, because it's very, very vivid, very real, where you're waking up and maybe you don't remember everything, but I'm telling you, for who this is for, you will remember the interaction with your twin flame. You will remember it pretty vividly. You will remember it, okay? That's how you know if this is for you or not. So the reason why all of this is happening, and it's so vivid in the astral, because you guys are doing work in the 4th dimension, not only here in the 3D, but in the 4th dimension. A lot of us light workers, you know, we astral travel to all kinds of different places that need our assistance or whatever. But the 4th dimension, it is the, I mean, look at this world. This world is 40, it's 3D 4D energy. And we came and we've ascended it into the 5D consciousness, where that stuff can't exist anymore. The 4D and the 3D distortion and illusion. So you're going in the astral at night and you're doing work. You guys are like soul ninjas together. Like, you guys are doing massive work in the 4th dimension realm. So, and the 4D, if you guys know, like, if you know who this is for, the 4D, when you're in the 4th dimension, it is bizarre. It is like in Seinfeld, Jerry Springer, like Seinfeld, there's an episode where he talks about bizarro world. It's bizarro world. Like, everything is opposite or weird, bizarre. It's like this world, but weird and bizarre and twisted up and okay, it's very ick. The 4th dimension is so gross. Okay, so if you know, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the 4th dimension is where I go a lot. Okay, not always with the twin or with the twin soul, but just on my own. But anyways, if you have been, like, you're remembering, like, yeah, we were together last night in the 4th dimension, or maybe you don't know where you were, that's fine too, okay, because maybe it wasn't the 4th dimension, but what I'm receiving is I'm specifically seeing the twin souls, the twin flames. They've been like soul ninjas kicking booty in the 4th dimension right now. Okay, so again, you guys are like teamed up, full on soul marriage, soul merge, and now as above, so below, now it's meant to happen in the 3D, okay? Free will is always a factor, of course. So for a lot of you guys, it's about the divine masculine rising up and holding space and coming forward in a vulnerable, authentic, you know, state. That feels like that feels like that's where they're at. That's why you guys, it's like you guys are meeting each other perfectly in the higher realms, and now it's like meeting each other perfectly in the 3D. Okay, but again, I reiterate, this isn't going to be for the masses and the majority. This is for a smaller collective of souls, of twin flame souls. Okay, this timeline, this moment. Okay. All right, I'm hearing by July 15th, okay? So that's only like few weeks away. By July 15th, it's a few weeks away. By mid-July. Well, I mean, that makes sense. Like, all my predictions have been showing that obviously the 7/7 portal, it opens up. I mean, it is like the... right? The 7/7 portal is like the gateway beginning. I mean, the gateway is kind of already open, right? For Lionsgate, but that is like it opens up the Lionsgate and then the energy, right? And then so it's 7/7 to 8/8. So for me, I'm like, no, like there's twin flames coming into union before Lionsgate, because it's time to start anchoring that love and that frequency and our work and mission in now. And so I'm not surprised to see that it's happening, you know, like right around 7/7, right after 7/7, like that's what I'm seeing. So in honor of like the new moon, because right now we're in the Cancerian new moon, I'm using Moonology Oracle. So we have surrender to the divine. It's a full moon, surrender to the divine. So both feminine and masculine, this is full-blown surrendering to the divine will, like my will versus thy will. Okay, like if you're still like my will, my way, I know everything, I'm the know-it-all, spiritual ego, I'm the high priestess, or I'm the high priest, that's not surrendering to the divine. That's being in the ego. You know what I mean? Like they're going, no, you got to release everything. Like I just let it unfold. I just let everything flow. I let the waves flow in. I let the energy flow in. I'm fully surrendering. So that has been the integration and initiation for who this is for. You've had deep, heavy-hitting lessons recently about surrendering fully to the divine. No longer micromanaging the universe. No longer micromanaging your journey, your control. Like, this is full surrender mode, okay? And full surrender mode is when beautiful things happen. That's why it's like surrender to the divine and watch what happens, you know? And bottom of the deck, we have Libra showing up. I'm not surprised. The first quarter moon in Libra, this is all about the heart chakra. Keep your heart open. Surrender your heart. It's literally like you can't make it up. Initiations, lessons, and tests, okay, of surrendering thy will or my will to thy will. Surrendering fully to the divine and the divine plan and the divine journey, the great mystery, the unknown. Like, you know, you can't be like micromanaging every little thing. You know, that's what I mean by ego. The ego is like the know-it-all. I know everything. I know. The universe is going, I don't think so. No, don't think so. So anyways, that's what I meant earlier by being chin-checked by the universe. Like, there it is. To keep your heart open. So divine masculine, especially like masculine feminine, surrendering to the divine. Masculine and feminine, keeping their heart open. Libra represents the 7th house of soul contracts, partnership, marriage, divorce, justice, karma, all that. Okay? Where my fellow Libras at? My Libras, you know, Libras are the justice bringers. Like, we are walking, talking, breathing karma for people. Meaning, like, That's our energy. That's what we do. We are the balancers. We level it out. We level out the energy, and it can be very triggering to people who are very imbalanced. They attack. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like your balanced, like on point energy in that way, right? So take that. So I'm talking to like my fellow Libras. I say fellow because I'm a Libra sun. But take that energy, okay? And it's like plug it in on a collective scale though for who this is for, because divine feminine and divine masculine for these types of, you know, soul connections and soul purposes and missions and things like that. That's what you guys are here to do. You guys are here as the great equalizers. You guys are the liberators. You guys are the balancers. You guys do it through keeping your heart open. Always coming back to the heart. Always operating from the heart. Always tuning in with the heart. You start getting in trouble when you start operating from here and from your persona and your ego, and right? That's why the universe has been hitting very hard with, nope, you got to release control, you got to loosen the grip, and you got to surrender. And that's for both feminine and masculine, okay? So keep your heart open, especially right now. Don't let the outside 3D, like, you know, people, situations, other stuff going on in the world, don't let it cripple you in fear. Don't let it pull you out of your vibration. Don't let it get you. Don't let it get you. Is that easier said than done? Yeah, absolutely. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. You know what I mean? Everyone would be doing it. It's not easy, you know? But again, you're the great equalizers, okay? So, and that's what twin flames, specifically twin souls. Twin soul is not about lovey-dovey, going on movie dates, romance, love of my life. Is that, like, is a twin soul your perfect divine mirror and match? Yeah, absolutely. So when you're in a physical union, that kind of stuff just naturally comes with it, but that's not the point. And that's what I mean by, like, you'll know if this is for you because you know that's not the point. You know the point of these journeys. It's not about making you feel warm and fuzzy inside. It's about, we've got a soul mission that we came here to do. We came here to literally save humanity, to raise the vibration of earth, to liberate souls, to speak divine truth, to break out and show others how to break out of the false matrix and the hamster wheel that this world has been running on for thousands of years, right? Right, okay? So, nothing is yet set in stone. Don't let 3D circumstances trip you up. Don't let it fool you. 3D is an illusion. The 3D is an illusion. The 4D is an illusion. That's what they're saying. Nothing is set in stone. If you're seeing like waves and, you know, there's chaos all around, and don't let that fool you, and don't let it pull you out of your heart. Keep your heart open. Okay, we're already 18 minutes in, but you know what? If you are new here, I'm Erica, by the way. I'm Erica. I'm a psychic medium and a priestess. It's very nice to meet you. You know, I don't love labels, but listen, I'm talking to people that, and this is what I mean by spiritual ego. You know, you see people like that have like tarot channels or other like spiritual people, things like that, right? And they talk to the all, the we, they talk to everyone like everyone is on their level. And that's what I mean by like, watch out for that stuff. Not that it's bad, like, but in a way it's kind of like a disservice, because you catch my drift. Like, I am talking to the all, to the we. So you might be shown, this video might be shown to you, and maybe you're really new on your awakening journey. Maybe you're just learning what a twin flame is, or that you are on a twin soul journey, or that you are this kind of soul. All right. So I like to speak to everyone as if this is your first day, like ever watching a tarot reading, or this is your 4 millionth time watching a tarot reading and you've been on this journey for many years, right? So I talk to everyone like that because I know I'm talking to all these different souls, okay? And all these different timelines and all these different points of their journey. And that is why I introduce myself like that, because people go, oh, okay, I see who she is or what she's about or what she does, right? as we ascend further, you know, we will definitely be transmuting and releasing all titles and, you know, things like that. Okay, here we go. So let's get some tarot. Show me the divine masculine, please. So this is for feminine and masculine overall right now, and then let's go ahead and tune in. For the divine masculine, please, can we get 3 tarot cards? 1, 2, okay. 4 of Pentacles. I should have taken it. It flipped over a moment ago and I was still talking, so like I just put it back in, like just, I'm gonna keep shuffling. What situation in your life are you still holding on to? The 5 of Swords. What situation in your life is creating some type of power struggle? There it is. There's the power struggle. There's the micromanaging the universe. There's the my will to thy will. That's why you have surrender to the divine, because exactly. Like, where are you still trying to hold on and control? What comfort zones that don't serve you anymore are you still holding on to, right? So this right here is backing up everything that I just said, right? It's showing that the masculine is, they're in a place of defeat. Like, basically, like, I see exactly what I've been holding on to that I need to let go of. I see exactly what has been holding me back. I see exactly the ways that I have not been surrendering to the divine, to my heart, to my soul, to my intuition. Okay, I see exactly the ways that I was closing my heart off, or that I wasn't keeping my heart open. And, you know, now I'm seeing too that in my life, in my reality, nothing is really set in stone. You can shift things at any moment. You can change your mind. You can take a leap of faith. You can, you know, claim something new. Okay, so this is like the energy around the masculine. But they have been having like situations in their life where it's false victory and sabotage and, you know, like defeated energy and like all that. Like, yeah, they've been feeling the power struggle. And guess what? The universe is winning. The universe is winning that power struggle. That's why we have surrender to the divine, because it's like surrender time. So through their surrender and through like seeing more of this, that's again why the 5D connection has become so intense and so strong, and why they're showing up like every single night or pretty much like because their heart is open. They are surrendering. Okay, yeah, see the Wheel of Fortune, exactly. I'm moving beyond the devils and the snakes and, you know, all of the karma stuff that's been, you know, the lessons, okay? Like, why do we come to Earth? It's called Earth School for a reason. Every soul on Earth comes here for these reasons, right? Not every soul will ascend. Not every soul will complete them. Not every soul, a lot of souls are going to opt out, especially the further we move into, you know, the future, right? Okay, a lot of people, they're not gonna, you know, either they'll opt out and leave the earth, or, you know, we might have walk-in souls coming in more, you know, to fulfill things like that. But anyways, it says, what changes are now entering your life and how are they a part of your destiny? Through releasing control, letting go of what, you know, you've been holding on, things have been holding you back. Seeing through like your own like self-sabotage and the way that through your control you sabotage, you know? There's a saying that I love, and the saying goes like this: I'd rather be happy than right. People who are very in the distorted ego, it's all about control. It's all about, I'm right, you're wrong. I know all the answers. I know everything, you know, and that's just not how life works. And that's just not the truth, right? So that's kind of like a big lesson that this masculine, you know, many of them, that's how they've been operating. They're know-it-alls. I know best. I'm going to do it my way. It's my way or the highway. And, you know, I know all the answers, and you know what I mean? And their ego got hit pretty hard in that regard. Like I said earlier, the universe goes, I don't think so. Clearly. This is universal forces itself. The universe itself is showing up for the masculine's energy, saying, yeah, the wheel is turned. The wheel is turned, okay? What changes are entering your life and how are they a part of your destiny? It's a part of their destiny. Okay, 7 of Wands. What area of your life needs boundaries and protection? All right, against the devil energies. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You know, and we're seeing a lot of this, you guys. I'm seeing a lot of this. What I see behind the scenes, or what I pick up on collectively, like as I'm just like on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever it is, right? Like these energies right here, these dark energies, the demonic energies, the reptilian energies, okay, like they're no joke right now. They're no joke because of the fact that, you know, souls have taken a stand, and they're, you know, we've awakened. We see through it all. They lost their grip. They lost. So I wouldn't be surprised if this masculine is facing some type of attack. A lot of people are, especially like light workers, right? It's like infiltrating like people. It's, you know, using people, like infiltrating people and using those people as puppets to attack. Like, it's wild. It's crazy. Okay. If your higher self is telling you over and over and over again right now, disconnect from social media, take a break from social media, it's not just because it's terrible and draining and gross. It's because literally it's also trying to protect you from these kinds of energies coming through AI technology. You guys know I've talked about this for years, how these energies, they work through the devices, through the electronics. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. This AI stuff is very dangerous. Very dangerous. People think it's all great and grand, and I see starseeds and light workers posting about it all the time and using it. Oh, heck no. I told you guys from day one, it's the devil. It's not good. It's demonic. It's dark. Okay? So, you know, the masculines might also be feeling that. You know, they might be like feeling some attack energy, or like a lot of stuff is kind of working against them in a dark way. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised, but they're strong. They're strong. Let me actually pull on that real quick. The Fool card, yeah. These devil energies are trying to block this masculine's leap of faith and like them initiating new beginnings, because these darker energies, they don't want these beautiful beloveds coming together, because, you know, individually you guys are already like powerful badasses, you know, like with your work and your soul mission and, you know, just everything. But when you guys come together, whoo, Nelly. All right, so hold on. What action needs to be taken to get something accomplished? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so masculines might be facing some attacks, same as feminines. Again, it's trying to block what you're feeling called to get accomplished, okay? So going back, keep your heart open, okay? And stay in your heart. Don't get all up in the mind, and it's about responding internally and as opposed to reacting outside of. It's like responding internally versus reacting externally. Okay, masculine is learning a lot about this too. It's just their higher self is guiding them. Okay, interesting. All right. A lot of pushback with karmic energy. That's the devil. That's the karmic bondage. A lot of pushback with karmic bondage. Whether it's a job or an addiction or a way of thinking, their ego, you know, like fear-based programs, you know, that have, it's like karma, or karmic partners, whatever it is, you know, we know the deal. 7 of Cups. What situation in your life is bringing you a variety of choices? Yeah, the masculine is seeing very clearly, like, again, like what I said earlier about, like, I have choices, like nothing is yet set in stone. I can change, you know, so they're looking at their future with like all these different lenses of like, you know, adventure and like, you know, like this is what I desire and, you know, all that kind of a stuff. I do get a little bit of overwhelmed, so the masculine might be feeling quite overwhelmed right now with just a lot of what's going on. Divine feminines, you just keep doing you, boo. You keep going within, staying in your heart and rising, because no matter what happens at the end of the day, like with you in this, beloved. It's about you, right? It's about your own individual journey. And you are the light and the way for this divine masculine and for many. So that's just how you keep showing up. You keep showing up as the light, as that, okay? All right. So let's see the feminine real quick. Can we get a card for the divine feminine? It's mostly divine feminines who are tuning in anyways. So, you know, you guys already know what's up pretty much, okay? And divine masculines tuning in, this is like your confirmation. This is like a sign, a confirmation, like all the things for you too. If this is your timeline, again, like I said, don't try to make it fit, okay? This ain't Cinderella's shoe, okay? This ain't the glass slipper. We don't, okay? Unless it's a perfect fit and it makes perfect, total, resonant sense with the soul and higher self, then, right? The Star card. This, for me personally, you guys, today, I was just doing stuff for me personally. And the Star card was like nonstop. And I feel it. I feel the blessings. I feel the destiny. I feel the stars have aligned. And that's just where I keep having to pull myself back into, is stay in the heart, Erica. Like, keep going back into your heart and be in tune with that. Never mind what's going on or being projected or whatever it is. You know what I mean? There it is, the divine feminine. She is the star. She is rejuvenated. She's glowing. There's a big sense of like healing energy within her. Like, she's gone through a lot. She's leveled up even more. What needs to heal in order for you to realize your deepest dreams? That's what I was talking about, like recent past, where feminine was still in her ego. She got knocked back down by the universe, and the universe said, why don't you go back and like revisit that again? Or why don't you go think about that again? Or, you know, get out of your ego and more into your heart, okay? And heal, and it will help you realize more of your deepest dreams and desires, etc. But for a lot of feminines, like they've been calling stuff in. So feminine, you are the star energy, you are wish fulfillment energy. But more than anything too, this masculine is recognizing on a soul level, like more than ever, that this divine feminine, she's made of stardust. She's a cosmic force. The stars aligned. This is a wish fulfillment. This truly is destiny. Something powerful and magical has happened here. They feel it. You know, the masculines, a big part of their lessons is moving out of the logical ego, like logic, like, you know, seeing is believing type stuff that most humans are programmed as, right? Because we've been taught and programmed magic is not real. You know, this kind of stuff is woo-woo. Psychic mediums are all whack jobs and it can't be scientifically proven, so it's not real. Like, scientists are about to have their freaking heads freaking, you know what I mean? And that's how it is, because that's how science is. Science is like, well, it has to be like this. And, well, spirituality, that's going to throw you for a loop. You know what I mean? So, but that's how the masculines operate, like a scientist, where it's like, you know what I mean? Where it has to be very like factual in that regard. Like, it's always like they're always trying to prove, right? That's why they, you know, all the things, right? Okay, I used to work in a science lab. That was my very first job, was in an environmental testing science lab. I worked with chemists and biologists and scientists, and I had to learn the whole periodic table of, you know, contents and like every single thing and what it meant, because as people were bringing samples in, I was the one that had to organize them and disperse them to the proper chemists, etc., like for testing. So I had to learn all that stuff. That's how I know. And I look back at like some of the jobs that I've had and I'm like, God, no wonder I was placed there, because they were so weird and random like that. That was my first job out of high school. I was 18 years old working at a science lab. Like, crazy, right? Okay. And it was because like my high school boyfriend at the time, like we graduated together, his older sister, who was like obviously an adult, like she had a career and went to college already and stuff. His older sister worked, she's a scientist. She was a chemist. She worked at the science lab. So anyway, it's just crazy. Fun fact. And for some feminines, I mean, Because you guys, like, I'm pulling on this right now, so it's like, yeah, this energy is like right now. And like I heard specifically by like mid-July, the 15th, around that time, like now till then. But this could happen in September, you know what I mean? I don't know. Or August. So some feminines, it's like, what do you need to heal in order to call in your deepest dreams? Or what do you need to, or what are you healing and working on right now where it's going to help you connect to that more, or realize that more, or see it more? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to end this with some messages. So I love you guys. If you guys want to connect one-on-one, get your own reading, hone in on your own, you know, whatever's going on with your beloved, your twin flame, with spiritual guidance, whatever it is, I offer several different types of readings and spiritual services in the description box below. What else? Oh, I posted earlier about we are doing a 7/7 portal workshop, okay, for the 7/7 gateway opening to the Lion's Gate, okay, like official, like all the things, right? This one is ancient Egypt. We're working directly with Isis and Osiris plus Sekhmet plus this one is, yeah, this one, anyways, Sekhmet, the Lyran and Syrian high councils. So those are like the main, okay, and we're going to Isis temples, Sacred Isis Mystery School Temple in Egypt, okay, and then also very specifically, Isis is going to be, you know, call it what you want. Some people might be like, oh, like a baptism. What is a quote religious baptism when they dunk you in the water? It's cleansing you, right? It's purifying you. It's washing all your sins away. Well, Isis, beloved Isis, every single soul that comes to this, she's anointing us. She's calling it an anointing. So she's anointing us, but also helping us cleanse and purify with her in the Nile River. So that'll be a part of it too. So anyways, in the description box also is where you can sign up for that and just like the info on that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I can't think of anything else right off the top of my head. But yeah, you guys, this is like who this is for. You guys are in full marriage union, like full Hyros Gamos union, because feminine and masculine came into Hyros Gamos union with themselves. That's why. Something balanced out, something happened, the inner feminine, masculine, the alchemy within, okay, it allowed, like, that's what happened. And so now, as above, so below. As above, so below. Like her, like she's a beautiful star seed, or she's from the stars, and now she's on earth. As above, so below. It's the same thing as, you know? Okay, here we go. Ending with some messages. Letting you go was the hardest and dumbest thing I've ever done. So the masculine was like, they've been like judging themselves, you know, about like letting the feminine leave their life, etc. But the masculine is also realizing like all of this had to happen. Like they're understanding more of like divine timing and the way things work and like, you know, all that stuff. Basically, like, it was really hard to let you go, but I also felt I had to. That's that higher self. That's the oversoul, right? Like, the intuition saying, like, if this was any other woman, you would be chasing her. You would, you know, and you know you would just end up hurting her. Like karmic energies. The lessons that we go through with karmic soulmates, you know? That's the stuff we go through with karmic soulmates. We hurt, we cheat, we learn lessons, we lie, whatever it is, right? Like, okay, in a divine union, it's not like that, okay? I fully plan, oh, here we go. Here we go. Confirmation. I fully plan on being in 3D union with you. I'm sure you're getting all of my signs, yeah. All of these divinely beautiful, like, led signs, letting you guys know the stars have aligned. Something big is like taking place. Something big is happening. You can feel the undercurrent that's been building energetically, all right? Like, you just know. I held back because I was scared. I was scared to love and then lose it again. Wow. Beautiful. This is beautiful. This is them speaking truthfully, authentically, and from the heart. I was scared. Do you know how much courage and bravery and like healing it takes for a divine masculine emperor to say, I held back. I held back because I was fearful, because I was scared. To love you and then lose you. To be hurt again, or just to be hurt. And something inside of them always said, anyone else can hurt you, but not her. If she hurts you, you wouldn't be able to handle that. Something let them know that. The higher self. I held back because I was scared. That's what we do. We don't do things out of fear, don't we? We hold back. We hold ourselves back in life. We don't take opportunities. We've missed stuff maybe in the past out of fear. And admitting that to yourself instead of judging yourself and just going, you know what? Yeah, I did that, but I'm going to release the regret. I'm going to release the judgment, you know, around myself. And like, I'm not going to punish myself for it because I just was making the best choices that I could with what I knew, with where I was at that time in my journey. I am doing major inner and outer work. You deserve everything. Yeah. I wish that I could go back in time and do it all over. I would choose you. So, you know, maybe this is implying that they have, you know, that they've learned lessons and had regrets around maybe choosing another person. We know many of these beautiful masculines, much of their karma had to do with partnership, just like you guys, feminine. A lot of your karma had to do, it was relationship karma. Clearing the generational bloodlines of this kind of stuff. Where you settle, where you dim yourself, where you're in a controlling partnership or an abusive, toxic partnership, dysfunction. You stopped all that. And now this masculine has stopped all that. Or they've stopped. You know what I mean? All right. One card is just, I don't know. Let's see what it says. It's just like, you inspire. Oh, there it is. That's why I felt called. Okay. It was like just staring at me in the face, but I couldn't like see it. Like my eyes are not that great anymore. But you inspired change within me. You're the most special person in my life. Yeah. Most special, like you know, you radiate this energy here. And so it's very different. Very different. We know this. It's very different. Very different than everyone else that they know in their life, or that they walk by on a daily basis, or that they work with, or that they're around. She's different. But so is he, and that's the beauty. He's recognizing his own value and worth. You know, how am I not serving myself? Like, how do I like hold myself back? How do I sabotage? When we start seeing this stuff within ourselves, it means we're starting to heal. It means we're self-loving. We're no longer consenting or submitting to our old behaviors that leave us feeling like this, right? Okay. So anyways, you guys, I love you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you again. More messages are coming. Okay. So, and also I am recording finally, because Saturday and Sunday I went live, and then Monday, you guys, literally like my whole neck, I completely threw out my neck. Okay. Like I did something and my neck was like, I couldn't like move. Like I was like this, and then it like was tension in my shoulders, and then it was like, it affected like my arms just because of, you know, so it was really uncomfortable. So I had like literally like a bad like tension thing going on in my neck for 2 days. Why was I even saying that? Oh, because I owe you guys an intimate naughty. It's not naughty, but it's more it's going to be very sensual masculine feminine reading, very intimate. Okay, so I'm going to record that next right now as this one uploads. That one I will upload to the community page, because that reading I cannot share. It's not for YouTube. It is not for YouTube. It would be flagged like that. Okay, so it's a private offline reading. Okay, that it's for purchase. Okay, so if you want it, it'll be up pretty soon. You just click on the link and it'll guide you, and you purchase your reading, and then you'll have it. Okay, So anyways, I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. That's coming. And then also the Zodiacs. I also have a message from Mary Magdalene for the entire collective as well that I need to channel. So it's all coming. And I just saw 4444, all the fours. Thank you, Mary Magdalene. Thank you, sister. And thank you, angels. We just had 100,000 angels show up right at the end here, and all around you, all around me. We are protected. We are loved. We are safe. It's all good. It's all good. Okay? All right. I love you. Mwah.